Alright you guys, welcome back to the Fishwater Aquatics YouTube channel, and in today's video, we're finally going to be adding in some LPS coral into the budget reef tank, guys, and not just any LPS coral, but an LPS coral that personally I've never had, and that is an awesome looking red Goniopora. Let's go ahead, let's get right into it, y'all. So the footage that you guys are watching right now are actually clips of me 5 months ago acclimating this red Goniopora. Yes, I bought this red Goniopora 5 months ago because, quite frankly, I wasn't sure if the red Goniopora was gonna make it. I've never kept a Goniopora before in my life, and I've read, doing a lot of research, that they can be kind of tricky, but I think 5 months in, I think it's safe to say what I've been doing so far has been working because it's been growing a good bit. But let's talk a little bit more about the coral, and I can kind of tell you guys, what I've done thus far to sustain its growth. But yeah, so found this coral on Facebook Marketplace. It was someone that has their own kind of collection of fragging and things. And, I went and checked it out, and, the coral looked absolutely amazing in person. And it wasn't something I would typically find at my local fish store, so I had to pick it up. It was a great price. And yeah, so I'm just super pleased with the coral. And we can go ahead, we can take a look at and see what this guy looks like today. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you're new. I greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get into it. So you guys, this is currently what the Goniopora looks like. Now, if you're new to the channel, first of all, hit that subscribe button. And second of all, if you are new to the channel, you would not know that my clownfish like to host every piece of coral in this tank, which means that every piece of coral in this tank, as you can see right there, the clownfish kind of hosting the GSP, all the corals kind of, I would say, shrink up a little bit and get a little bit annoyed from the clownfish always rubbing on them. So it's really kind of a cool thing at the same time, but at the same time, it also kind of stinks because the corals aren't always out looking their best. But yeah, I would say this guy right now, he's looking pretty good. He's got a good amount of flow to his backside there. But yeah, you can see he's got some pretty good polyp extension, and his color just looks awesome. And believe it or not, in the 5 months that I've had this coral, I would say it's definitely put on some decent size. And I would say that is thanks to feeding this coral like finer foods, such as like reef roids or live phytoplankton, things like that. And I don't directly feed this guy. I kind of do more of a broadcast feeding over the top of him and turn the flow off and let his tentacles kind of collect things. And that's pretty much how I've been feeding this guy for the last 5 months. And he's definitely had some steady growth, and his colors look amazing. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think this guy definitely adds a good bit of color to the reef tank. I feel like it's harder to find those bright reds, especially in my area. You don't really find red corals too often, so I think this guy is going to fit right in. Just my first piece of LPS, and I'll be getting, of course, more LPS along the way to add to this tank. Now, it's been a couple months since I've even made a video on this tank, so maybe we can address the current state that it's in. I'm happy to report all the fish and coral are, they're pretty healthy, I would like to say. But you will notice, and I already know I'm going to get some comments because I always get them, but I know the back glass and the side glass here are dirty and it does not look great. But for whatever reason, guys, whenever I clean all the algae off my glass, I get dinos on the rocks here and on the sand bed. And I don't know if that's just coincidence, but it's happened like 2 or 3 times. And every time I let the algae kind of build back up, the dinos kind of go away, it seems. So not exactly sure what to do about that. Kind of, trying to figure it out as I go. Obviously, I don't love the look of the algae, but it seems to be definitely, having a purpose at the moment. So I'm trying to work that out, but at the moment, just kind of work with me, guys. The tank itself is doing great, even though the back panel and the side panel here are not looking the cleanest, so I apologize for that. But enough about that. Let's get back to the fish tank updates. So going over let's go over the livestock first. So as you guys can see, we have a firefish in here. We have 2 clownfish in here, as well as a yellow watchman goby who usually hides out somewhere in this cave over here, and you'll see him pop out every now and then when it's feeding time, as well as we have a beautiful coral banded shrimp over here who, I don't want to say he's been a disappointment for as far as like utility goes, but I did kind of buy him for a utility, and he really hasn't been doing his job, but that's okay because, he looks absolutely awesome. But he definitely does have a little bit of a temper, I would say, and can sometimes be a little grumpy towards the other fish. That's all I really have to say about him, but that's as far as the livestock goes, and as far as the coral go, of course, we have the topic of discussion here, the awesome red Goniopora. We have this pink base with like a green polyp toadstool that's kind of leaning away from us at the moment. And then we also have this GSP that's absolutely taken off, covering these rocks here, which I think looks great. And then we have a little Kenya tree up here, so I'm curious to see what happens when the GSP meets the Kenya tree. I think the Kenya tree will keep it back. So I guess we'll worry about that when we come to it. If not, I can always just relocate that Kenya tree. And then we have this awesome finger leather toadstool up here. It's more of a pink base with a white polyp extension. And this guy looks awesome as always. And then coming down here, we still have this mushroom here, this little hairy mushroom who's been doing great. And then just some, little zoas over here, these little green zoas with a little orange base around them. And that's pretty much it as far as livestock goes. Now, I would love to kind of fill the sand bed at the bottom here with just more LPS. And I would say, like, I don't know, fish-wise, and like inverts, I think this is pretty much what I'm gonna be sticking with, the 4 fish as well as the coral banded shrimp. I think that is the perfect amount of livestock for this little 20-gallon here. And of course, I would love to just have this tank look, as clean as it possibly can. I really need to figure out that dinos issue because it has plagued me for a while. Oh, look, you can see the clownfish here hosting his little Goniopora. That's kind of what I was talking about, and the Goniopora will shrink up for a little bit and then come back out. Not a big deal, but that's just something that the clownfish do. They're always hosting all corals, which is, again, like I said, cool, but, kind of stinks that the coral shrinks up temporarily. But, it is what it is. But, yeah, guys, let me know what you think of, if, you have other future plans for me for this, budget reef tank in the future. I'm always open to some more suggestions, but, of course, I would love to get some more LPS coral in here and just kind of have everything grow out and let this tank really develop and mature and just have it really clean up and just be like kind of like the simple, low budget, low equipment reef tank that I've always kind of envisioned it to be. I think it's definitely on its way with some speed bumps and setbacks, but overall it's, definitely a good experience for sure. But with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of me showing off my newest addition. That red Goniopora looks absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to track that guy's growth on the channel. And I'll definitely have a video coming up more about the care requirements and everything with the Goni, because I know Gonis can be kind of hit or miss, from doing my research. But it seems like there are some few key factors to take away that kind of I've taken into consideration, and I've had success with them so far. So I'll be sure to make another video on the care requirements for the Goniopora if you're interested in getting one yourself. And yeah, I know that the fish tank here, the little budget freshwater fish tank, isn't perfect, and we still have some things to iron out. But I think we'll definitely get through it, and I'm excited to continue along this journey with you guys in my saltwater fish tank. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and thank you guys so much for all the support recently. We I think about a month ago we hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. That's just unbelievable. That's awesome. So thank you guys so much, and I can't wait for the future videos to come. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out, y'all.